Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Mattam. I'm an entrepreneur and a mother of 2 young children. Someone once told me that being an entrepreneur was one of the loneliest things you could do, and he was right. Over the last 2.5 years, as I get my products ready for launch, I've had some significant ups, but some very honest downs. And it's those struggles and challenges that have motivated me to create this series. Let me tell you my entrepreneurial beginning. Let me tell you the story of Sahajan. Sahajan started with a question. I hadn't planned on starting a line of beauty products. I remember the day I came home after a very long day of work. I was very pregnant, standing at the bottom of the stairs, and there was my little daughter, so cute, covered in my face cream, so thick. I started to think about all the products that I buy that had chemicals in them and that said anti-wrinkle and anti-fatigue and turn back the hands of time and all those things. And I said, you've got to take that off of your beautiful young skin. And then I remember I had that moment where I said to myself, isn't it bizarre that the standards that I have for her are so different than the standards that I have for myself? Isn't it so strange that I would consider something not good for her, but hey, it's fine for me? And that was really the question that started me along this journey. My parents are from Kerala, which is in southern India. In such a lush environment, it's not hard to incorporate natural ingredients into your life. It was easy for my parents in their childhoods to take a coconut from their plantation and mill it for fresh oil. Or for my father, like me, someone who tinkers with formulas and concoctions to whip up treatments for any skin complaint with what was on hand in the kitchen. When I was told to put coconut oil in my hair or turmeric on a pimple, there was a science behind it. As I started to do my research into these plants and oils, what I realized is what I perceived to be family tradition or family heritage was actually quite steeped into a medicine that was thousands of years old, and that's Ayurveda. Ayurveda, quite simply, means the science of life. It looks at your whole life in context of its wellness. It looks at your diet, it looks at yoga, it looks at meditation, and it asks you to bring those things together so that you can be in balance. And what we're seeking to do with Sahajan is to do that exact thing. This line for me isn't about creating another beauty line. This is about marrying this great tradition that is Ayurveda and bringing natural and organic products in a scientific way to women who want to take advantage of it. In creating the Sahajan line of products, we hired 2 formulation chemists here in Canada, and then we consulted with additional Ayurvedic doctors in India on the formulations in order to create a formulation that reflected truly Ayurvedic practices. As a result, through a program through the Canadian Revenue Agency, we were actually recognized for having advanced scientific development and research. It's hard to believe that that moment, that story I had with my daughter was 2.5 years ago. And what I can tell you is it's taken 2.5 years to get to the point where we're about to launch the product. Far too often we hear 2 narratives. We hear the woman who's created this billion-dollar industry, but we've never had a sense of how did she get there? What did it really look like? When did she get the ups and when, how did she struggle through the downs? This is the story you don't hear. You don't hear what it's like when you're trying to get funding, and you don't hear what it's like when a supplier doesn't deliver on you because you're too small. You just hear what the end looks like. And so that's why I wanted to share this with you. We have an opportunity to learn more and to grow more and to strive more. So please follow me in this journey. Follow me in this series as I start to share with you what it's like to be a woman entrepreneur, to know what it's like to truly go through those ups and downs, and to have an environment where we can learn from each other and we can share with each other as we all attempt these crazy journeys.